Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad and Phil. Hey guys.
Good
Hola.
morning.
Tad, you remember back in the day where I could never get the tagline correct, right? Where we would say like
Examine,
um
Yeah.
explore, and excavate.
yeah,
Explorer.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And excavate the medium of comics. Oh man, what have you guys been up
Uh,
to?
I've been sick.
Yeah, that sucks.
That
I have
that
not been
bad
sick, but
cold.
I got new glasses. I don't want to brag, but
Ooh.
I did too.
they're frosted. Um, yeah, that's about it. So I see we got Diamond on the news for more Diamond
Of course we
BS.
do. Of course we do.
Never
Yeah.
stops.
So previously you had Alliance suing Diamond
Hmm.
for not telling them that they didn't have their Wizard of the Coast contract anymore when the offers were being made. And you had a group of other let me look at the list because I can't keep track of it all anymore. But Heidi McDonald was kind enough to give us a list at the end of the thing about um at the end of her article about the newest lawsuit. Okay. So I thought she gave me a list. Where's my list?
We are still on the air. This
We are
is
Yeah.
still on
this
the
is
air.
we are all clearly
This
sleep
is okay.
deprived,
Well, I mean,
caffeine
essentially,
kicking
the
in.
newest
I'm
lawsuit
staring at the
between
screen and I forgot we are like recording. Thanks, Phil.
is between
As-
Old Diamond and New Diamond Sparkle Pop because New Diamond Sparkle Pop has apparently been selling some of the consignment stuff, even though the contract is clear that they can't sell the consignment stuff. Um, so Debtor Diamond is suing New Diamond. Um, oh yeah, here
Shake
we
my
go.
hand
We've got
because
here's the circle jerk. Sparkle Pop is suing Alliance Entertainment for hiring former Diamond employees. Alliance is suing Diamond for misleading them about the status of the Wizards of the Coast contract, and now Diamond is laying the hammer down against Sparkle Pop for selling consignment inventory that they had no right to. So we've got a circle jerk of lawsuits going on between the the company that put in the highest bid for Diamond, but did so under false pretenses from Diamond, allegedly, and the company that actually got Diamond and Diamond themselves. Just we've got a circle of lawsuits going on, and it's just utter clusterfuck. And the only people that are hurt are creators and publishers and comic shops because that's how it goes.
yes.
In cooler
Um,
news,
yeah.
Mort Walker's The Lexicon of Kamikana is coming from New York Review Books this month.
Hmm.
Uh, so if you wanted to learn about Grolix and
fluids.
crosshatching and Griffiths and heights and
A nerk.
tautology and pludes,
I
emanata,
love it.
cumulus
Emanata.
fumeti.
That's a good word. Emanata.
Mhm.
Tetiology.
This this is the book for you. It looks pretty awesome to me.
Yeah.
Um,
The lexicon of Kamakana. I love it.
yeah, definitely one that if we got ourselves copies, we could definitely do a great responsibility with this book.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like we should do understanding comics sometime.
Oh yeah. The whole trilogy
Uh,
really.
There's
I
the
more
need
than I've got the
third,
understanding comic
yeah,
one, but there's more than one for that.
Yeah,
I
there are
think
three.
there's
Oh,
It's
making
actually it's the
comics.
second one is the making comics is great. The second one, the reinventing comics,
Hmm.
um, was kind of hit and miss on some things. But I
oh,
mean, it was speculative. So,
Yeah.
and then what kind of week has it been? If you go back to
it,
like our second episode, we threw out the entire rundown for the shooting in Kenosha.
yes.
Um, and like every time there's another shooting, particularly one at a school, I like want to again. I want to just screed again. So instead, I'm just going to tell people go back and listen to that episode. Uh, maybe I'll take a whole episode at it again, but like. And actually, like, go watch the South Park episode that deals with school shootings. I came
Yeah.
across that last night, and like, the like one mom that cared being treated as hysterical. Maybe you have menopause coming on, as the kids like, Butters, cover me. I have a math quiz because
For me, I've got a math quiz.
we can't possibly go. Uh, maybe we should have less guns.
You
And
know,
maybe rather than just blaming mental health, we should do stuff about mental health.
um,
And
considering it
and
was at a
those
Catholic
things and
school.
those things aren't mutually exclusive. You can do both. You can
Mhm.
you can work on mental health and make it harder to get a gun.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're making this about the antidepressants that the person supposedly was on. And
That's fucking RFK Jr. And let me
Hmm.
just say right now, it is way harder to get on antidepressants than it
yes,
is to get a gun.
yeah,
Yeah. I'd also be, I
I've never tried to get a
Also,
gun, so I don't know.
yeah.
Also, all the other countries in the world have antidepressants. They don't have this kind of shootings. All the
Hmm.
other countries in the world have depressed people. They don't have this kind of shootings. All the other
Hmm.
countries in the world have trans people. They don't have this many shootings. You know what they don't have? More than a
Guns.
gun per resident.
Yeah, I mean, Australia's gun problems ended when they outlawed guns. I mean,
Hmm.
Well, and see, that's even a misnomer because
okay,
I mean, there are now more guns in Australia than there were before. They're just laws restricting where they can be carried. There are laws restricting who can have them. There are real strict laws on how much ammunition you can buy. And there's no such thing as you're not responsible for your gun. Your gun is registered. If your gun is used in a crime, you can't go, oh, I lost it. Because if you lost it, you were required to report that you lost it. And if you didn't report that you lost it, you're liable for the crime that it was committed with it. What's more is the gun companies can be liable. So they make damn certain that they sell to the right people.
yes, yeah.
I just want
Oh,
I'm asking this only because, it's comforting me right now. Where's Eddie this morning, Tad? Is he you know,
He's around somewhere.
is he
But
ever is he ever good in a
I
time like
think
this?
I think I closed my
Your door?
door with him on the
Oh,
outside.
I see.
He hung
He
out
wa
earlier.
Okay, that's good. That's I my
And
my cat
no,
has been
no,
very
he's a
clingy.
brat.
He's a brat.
He's a
Oh,
brat.
mine is he's a bit he's needy. He's I call him
Yeah,
a sour
yeah,
patch
yeah,
kid.
yeah. No, but mine is only needy at the like least opportune times. I often have to, I mean, I had to type stuff. If he'd been in here, he would have
Yeah.
decided that he needed to help me type. And his version of
yeah.
helping me type is either laying on my arms or
It's
walking
productive.
on the keyboard.
Well, he's helping. See, he's pushing buttons. He's getting things done.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to distract too harsh. It's especially infuriating when, like you said, the answer has been seen in other countries and every instance. And
I
anyway,
just, when thoughts and prayers are being done at the time of the shooting, right?
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, there
I
is
mean,
this
apparently
Catholic
they weren't
school.
praying not to be
so
shot.
this
That
is
was the
this is
mistake.
yeah. The
They literally shot a chapel during mass.
the one
Yes.
the one little bit that I saw online that I chuckled at was when JD Vance said, "Oh, nobody thinks that prayer is a substitute for action," and someone pointed out, "Oh, I guess you've never heard of Calvinism."
And the other thing is too is like, no, you're right. Prayer is just to get people. You're right, but then what comes after prayer, it's according to
Hmm.
scripture I've read,
Hmm.
was
Is
action.
action.
You
Yeah.
is action. You have to put your money where your mouth is. You
And
know?
that means that, like, when you give out thoughts and prayers and it takes the internet 5 seconds to find your last Christmas card where you and your entire family, including the little kids, are showing
Ooh.
off guns,
Yikes.
um, well,
Crazy.
Yes,
All
I
right.
I just wanted to take a quick second. We have up here this is Deadpool Batman. I was hoping to read the solicit text for Batman Deadpool as they are two slightly different things. Let me see if I can find it again because it was I saw a preview. The solicit text itself was quite cheeky and funny. Um on the
Wait. So
beat.
the Grant Morrison thing, that's not the one that's up on the screen, right?
No, that the see this is how they're doing it weird. They've got Deadpool Batman over at Marvel and then Batman Deadpool over at DC. It's
Oh,
yeah, it's a downright they're pulling tricks on us. I have to wonder if that was part of the um the deal where it's going down to the silliest. Our character needs their name first, and the other person says, "Oh no, we need our name first on this issue." So it
oh,
is
funny.
it's a funny little thing.
well,
I'm gonna
they're
read both of
also
them.
coming out separately.
They are, yeah, yeah. Um, Kind of one after another. This is what I am blathering to avoid earlier when and for any listeners of a certain age. Uh,
Phil, if you
in our
haven't looked up, I have them both available for you now.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I had not looked up. I was scrolling on the
We
beat
we
furiously.
we did the Batman Deadpool with the catalog that it was in, which was like
Oh,
A month ago.
2 months ago.
2 months
Okay.
ago. Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh
it
no.
was.
Deadpool Batman will be in stores September 17th. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why was this in this cat? Maybe it was resolicited in this catalog
I
because
don't
this
know.
one's coming out in like 2 weeks. We're already past FOC for this.
Hmm. Hmm. But yeah, but the moment that I've been waiting for.
Or maybe this one was the one that was in.
No, this one's final order cutoff is still coming up, and
Like I said,
yeah.
maybe what it is I pulled up the wrong one. This is the Batman Deadpool, and
Hmm.
this is the Deadpool Batman that's old.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes, so this is
There
the
we
one
go.
that you want. Yeah.
Indeed, it's one where I try to talk about independent comics or non-corporate comics as much as possible, but this was too fun to
But this
miss.
one's
It might get me back. I haven't I just realized, I can't remember the last Marvel or DC book I read. This might be the
well, I
stand-in.
know the other one has a crypto um the Deadpool Batman has a crypto Jeff
Oh, interesting.
strip
Okay.
from Kelly Thompson and Gary Hoover.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you might almost need to start with that one.
But
Just
this is
saying.
the moment you've been waiting for, written by Grant Morrison, Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, Josh Williamson, Tom Taylor, Mariko Tamaki, and G. Willow Wilson. Art by Dan Mora, Hayden Sherman, Bruno Redondo, Amanda Connor, and Dennis Cohen. The Dark Knight and the Merc with a Mouth team up for an adventure so mind-bending you'll think you're in a dream. Brought to you by the legendary creators Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. And be sure not to miss these incredible extra stories Scott Snyder, James Tynan, and Josh Williamson team up with Hayden Sherman for a magical Constantine Doctor Strange tale. Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo bring you an epic Nightwing, Dick Grayson, and Laura Kinney Wolverine story. Mariko Tamaki and Amanda Connor smash Harley Quinn and the Hulk together. G. Willow Wilson and Dennis Cohen tell an electrifying Static and Miss Marvel yarn. Yeah. Admittedly, I read a longer solicitation text talking about, the metaphysical nature of Batman and Deadpool being antithesis of each other, continuing the long tradition of Marvel DC crossovers. This cover has a bunch of weird faceless angels in the background. Yes, if this isn't some weird stuff, I'd be disappointed.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it's going to be cool. I usually don't like crossovers. I think crossovers are just a money grab. But I like these two characters a lot, and yeah, it's gonna be cool. All right, next up is Death Dog. This is a fun-looking story. In a near future America, Wyatt, an innocent 13-year-old accused of shoplifting, is pursued by murderous robot police dogs. But an accident transformed one of his terrifying pursuers into a tame, docile, and affectionate robo dog who tries to bond with and protect Wyatt. A touching tale of terrifying future from the deranged minds of Bryce Ingman and Alan Robinson. This is out from Ahoy on November 5th. I really like Ahoy
And,
Comics.
and I haven't texted him yet, but we're going to have Bryce. I'm going to make
Yeah,
certain we have Bryce
yeah, this looks
because,
cool.
yeah.
Do you know what Ahoy stands for?
No.
Asshole of the year. Next up, I am so excited for this one. We have Die Loaded #1 from Kieran Gill and Stephanie Hans. Die returns for an epic new story of a dark fantasy adventure game gone horrifically right, wonderfully wrong. A year after their return from the hellish game world, the players gather for Chuck's wake. They've finished with the game isn't finished with them. The three-time Hugo Award-nominated series is back in November. Get ready to roll initiative. Who's going to die this time? Final order cutoff is, or not final, in stores November 12th from Image Comics.
Echo, Seeker of Truth from Taboo, B. Earl, and one of my favorite artists, Jim Terry, with cover design and artwork from Echo creator David Mack. New Age of Echo. When her cousin goes missing in Los Angeles, Echo goes to the City of Angels to find out what happened to her. But what she discovers is a series of disappearances centered around the mysterious wellness cult Wisteria Meadows. As Echo dives deeper into the mystery, she'll discover a truth about herself she never imagined. But who is the faceless puppet master behind the cult? And what is their sinister plan? This issue also includes a Marvel Voices Infinity comic adaptation by Melissa Flores and Kyle Charles from Marvel Comics in stores on November 5th. I get to go back to back. Harley and Ivy, Life and Crimes #1. I can't believe I went with two books, but Jim Terry and Erica Henderson are favorites of mine, and Tyler stole the Bryce Ingman book.
I did.
Superstar Erica
I
Henderson
saw it.
dives into the definitive origins of Harley and Ivy's relationship. Because You Demanded It, a new series entirely about Harley and Ivy's relationship. Witness the entire story of the DCU's #1 criminal couple from the very start. Eisner Award-winning artist and writer Erica Henderson weaves the canonical story of how Ivy and Harley went from enemies to friends to lovers. See their first kiss, their first embrace, their first night, the first time Harley went to the bathroom with the door open in front of Ivy. That one is a joke, geez, etc. I bet you it's not a joke. You're gonna love the way this book makes you look. We guarantee it. And the only reason I say it's not, I bet you it's not a joke, is they already had the issue where not only did Harley fart in front of Ivy, but you could scratch and sniff it.
Oh wow! Yep.
Yeah, it was
That
pretty
that
good.
that was it was fantastic.
I
That was from That was
The
Joanne
Fartacular.
Sterer with friends of the podcast, Ted Brandt and Rose Stein on the art.
Ted Row.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would just, for any eagle-eared listeners out there, I would just like to issue a slight correction. Tad said their first night. The solicit text says their first fight.
Oh, whatever.
He's making it the adult Harley and Ivy life and crimes.
You think it won't be?
It probably will be.
You think it will be? Miss Truesdale and the Rise of Man, #1, from Mike Mignola and Jesse Lonergan.
Ooh.
Let's see here. Ted, will you scroll down for me?
No.
The the gladiator Anam Yasa wanders the forest to learn about her lives, past, present, and future. But she isn't a hero at all, as one darker entity will hunt her until she can be stopped, and the fate of man stopped with her. Hellboy creator Mike Mignola and artist Jesse Lonergan continue their acclaimed Miss Truesdale saga in this new miniseries. Check it out, guys. It'll be from Dark Horse on a date I am not sure of yet. If you could scroll back up,
At
Ted.
some point in the future.
Yeah. On sale December 10th.
I got to follow up with that one. That Lonergan's fantastic. So heck yeah.
Yeah. I like Jesse.
Have you gotten my Lonergan talk up yet, Tyler? Or is that one that I'm going to have to do once you teach me how to do it?
Let me see. I am
I
well,
am
I just
I'm
don't
not
know
in my
what you've
email.
done this week.
Yeah.
embarrassed that I missed joining that one because I remember seeing it and thinking, ooh, I should find the time, and then ADHD took over.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. I think this
All
one's yours,
right.
Tyler.
It is Big Ass Sword from Andreas Butzbach. In a world far from our own reality, a robot warrior wanders through a vast and hostile techno landscape filled with strange life forms and mechanical beings left over from a long forgotten war. At the robot side is a talking skull. On his back, a big ass sword. This stunning heavy metal-esque adventure marks a stunning original graphic novel debut in the English-speaking market for Andreas Butzbach. This will be in stores on November 5th from
Rebellion.
Rebellion. Yep.
Speaking of Jesse Lonergan, I took one of them. This has been previously published, but Bulligan Press is now being distributed through Lunar, so they've got it out again. Who truly knows what a premier racer is thinking while behind the wheel, the road, the shark they fought the day before, their popularity among the other racers? We can only imagine the lives that play out on the speedway. Join the motley crew cast of racers in Jesse Lonergan's faster, visually engrossing display of racing and the people who can't help but race. Can perpetual runner-up Molly Vox finally pull ahead of Kona DeMille, the five-time world champion? Find out in Faster in stores on December 3rd from Bulligan Press.
Looks great. Jesse's busy.
Well, that one's an older one.
True.
All right. And next
That's
up,
just
we've
new picture.
got Making Nonfiction Comics, written by
With Jesse Lonergan. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wow! Ha! If only. Written by Shay Sarah Mirk and Larry Harris. Art from the prolific Various. This definitive guide to writing, drawing, and publishing nonfiction comics from award-winning creators Shay Mirk and Larry Harris. Making Nonfiction Comics is an accessible guide to nonfiction comics, perfect for graphic novel readers, writers, and of course, aspiring comics artists. This new classic is a must-have for readers of Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics and Linda Barry's Making Comics. Sarah Shea Mirk and Larry Mai Harris, award-winning graphic journalists and longtime editors of the critically acclaimed graphic journalism site The Nib, have compiled the perfect field guide to graphic journalism while showcasing valuable skills and practices for creating nonfiction comics, mixing comics, prose, infographics, illustrations, and interviews with some of the world's most influential nonfiction comics creators. Harris and Merck introduce readers to nonfiction visual stories while also articulating the standards and ethics around blending traditional journalism with the visual language of comics, featuring contributions from Durf Backdurf, Box Brown, Phoebe, Nicole Georges, Malaka Garib, Nate Powell,
Yeah.
Kristen Radke, Victoria Ying, and more. In stores November 12th from Abrams Books. Is that it? Is that AB?
I think so.
Okay.
It
I'm
is.
looking at, yeah,
Abrams.
Abrams. Yep.
Were you
That's
were you
funny.
were you piping in with a name pronunciation?
It's Malacca, like
Malacca, thank you
Monica,
so
but with an L.
thank you so much.
I worked really hard when we talked to her.
That's I would I always am very self-conscious of
And
getting
she
people's
laughed
names
at
right or
me.
wrong.
And she laughed.
Be- be- Well, yeah, because part of the problem was um I tend to put the emphasis on the wrong part of Monica too.
Mm,
So the like Monica with an L wasn't
Malacca, yeah,
as good for it's Malika.
Malacca. I need to
Interesting.
practice at it, clearly.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait, how do you emphasize on Monica?
I tend
Monica.
to I tend to be Monica.
Oh,
Monica. I tend to have it on that second half.
oh, okay. Interesting. So let's just call me instead of Ty or Tyler, let's just go Lur.
Tyler.
Lur. Um, it's kind of funny. All right. Who's got
So
poem strip address?
me,
Okay.
poem strip, including an explanation of the afterlife from Dino Buzzati, translated by Marina Harris. New York Review Comics. The myth of Orpheus and Eurydice is retold with riotous 60 flair in Dino Buzzati's phantasmagorical graphic novel, a story with shades of Fellini, shades of Dickens, and shades of the great Italian horror director Mario Bava. There's a certain street, Via Saturna, in the middle of Milan that just doesn't show up on maps of the city. Orphe, a wildly successful young singer, lives there, and it's
Orphe.
that that one night he sees his gorgeous girlfriend Yura disappear like a spirit through a little door in a high wall that surrounds the mysterious mansion across the way. Where is Yura gone? Orphe will have to venture with his guitar across the borders of life and death to find out. Featuring the actresses, the line actor, trainloads of devils, Trudy, Valentina, and the Talking Jacket. Poem strip, a path-breaking graphic novel from the 1960s, is a dark and alluring investigation into mysteries of love, lust, sex, and death by Dino Buzzati, a master of the Italian avant-garde.
That
In
sounds awesome.
stores.
I
Yeah,
love Orpheus stories, right? Have you heard that Nick Cave song but about Orpheus and Eurydice?
I think so.
It's yeah, it's so good. But anyway, this book looks great.
In stores on April 14th, 2026. And New York Review Books has been putting together a number of Buzzati's
Yeah.
Mm,
collections through the years. So
a plethora of Buzzatis for sure.
Plethora of Buzzattis.
Hmm.
and
That sounds
Phil went
dirty.
with a Booligan Press book too.
Oh, nice. Thanks for the publisher warning, because I would not have gotten that one.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is Slices of Life, written and drawn by Ku. The complete edition of Slices of Life, a comic montage, a masterful collection of comics of universal scenarios that examine the small moments in life, reve- reveling in all its quiet beauty. Originally created as Ku's thesis project for her MFA in illustration practice at Mika, it's a joy to be bringing this collection of insightful and subtly magnificent silent comics to English readers, as it has only been published in China. This edition of Slices of Life includes processed back matter originally from Ku's making of zine. We may differ from each other in millions of ways. However, when a single moment connects our lives, then in that slice, there are no differences. There is just me and you. In stores, December 3rd. Ooh, yeah, no, this sounds fantastic. I'm doubly glad I picked it because I am a huge lover of silent comics. So I'm gonna need to get this one.
Booligan Press does
Hooligan
some
Press,
really
thank you.
interesting stuff. Yeah.
From Hooligan Press.
All right. On to some collections. This is a series that I've been reading in issues, but I'm probably going to pick up the collection for my wife. Blood Type from E.C. Oni. This is from writers Corrine Becco and Andrea Sorrentino and Jonathan, or excuse me, artists Jonathan Sorrentino and Jonathan Case. Out of the
Andrea
page,
Sorrentino.
and
Sorry.
what was that?
Andrea Sorrentino.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
said Jonathan.
Was I? I'm reading two different things. I'm sorry, guys.
that's okay. It's okay.
I'm blaming it on my new glasses.
We're
Andrea Sorrentino and
we're
Jonathan
we're
Case.
put together this morning, fellas.
Okay, let's try this again. Out of the pages of Epitaphs from the Abyss, a monstrous new EC comic milestone begins. Meet Ada, an immortal vampire whose misdeeds have landed her on the doorstep of an idyllic Caribbean resort. An island paradise teeming with wealthy tourists and superstitious locals. An ample food supply for the thirsty vamp looking to get away from it all. But as Ada stalks the boundaries of her new hunting ground, she'll soon become embroiled in a deadly game of cat and mouse by moonlight. This is going to be in shops on April 1st of 26. Good Lord. That's a
This
ways
is
out.
that's not
It's an advanced solicit.
Sorrentino's first time drawing a vampire comic either.
No.
No. I was late to the party on this one, so my hat tip to Spencer Ackerman for turning me onto it. This book is so fucking good. Free Planet Volume 1 will be in stores on uh November 26th. Free Planet demands to be read in a comfy chair next to a fire or the window of a starship while taking in a distant supernova, says Robert Kirkman. The epic world building of Dune meets the romance and drama of Saga in this complex, action packed space opera about the first completely free planet in human history. In the wake of a grueling war of independence, a team of revolutionary heroes is tasked with defending their home and its uniquely potent energy source from multiple intergalactic superpowers intent on domination. But though they are each deeply committed to the dream of a free planet, they all have completely different ideas about what complete freedom actually entails. Faced with separatist movements, counter-revolutionaries, political deadlock, famine, equipment shortages, a looming trade war, violent attacks, and wildly divergent ideas of how to handle each, can true freedom endure? Informed by real-world research and extensive design work, Aubrey Sitterson and Jed Doherty have created a comic that functions as both literature and art project, a rumination on freedom, the sacrifices it demands, the discipline it requires, and the authority that must arise in its absence. Again, in stores on November 26th. And it's been really cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
Spencer.
What's next? Oh, that's
Oh yeah. This was mentioned as a piece of news, and I had to snatch it while I could. This is a republishing of Old Boy, Deluxe Edition, Book One, by Garen Tsuchiya, illustrated by Nobuaki Minagishi, translated by Kumar Sivas. Oh boy. Uh,
Sivasu Brahmanian,
yes, thank you.
Brahmanian,
Thank you.
something like that.
It was
One of
too
the
many
things.
syllables for me to try to pronounce on the fly.
Right.
The manga that inspired the critically acclaimed 2003 film Old Boy from director Park Chan-wook, the intense bare-knuckled noir manga thriller returns in a deluxe hardcover edition collecting the first 4 volumes of Old Boy in the original oversized format. 10 years ago, they took him. He doesn't know who. For 10 years, he has been confined in a private prison. He doesn't know why. For 10 years, his only contact with the outside world has been a television set and the voices of his jailers. Suddenly, one day, his incarceration ends without explanation. Sedated and dumped in a park, he awakens, free to reclaim what's left of his life, and what's left is revenge. I have only seen that Park Chan-wook film of Old Boy, so it was so influential upon me. I feel like I absolutely have to read the comic of it.
I have not seen the movie, but need to.
It's
I have read the comic, and it's
pretty
outstanding.
intense. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's The movie was I think at the time that I saw it, it instantly became at that point the most messed up movie I'd ever seen. But since then we've reached further depravity.
All righty. So, final order cutoff this week. We've got the author Jay Bree and Morgan Beam at Image out on October 1st. If you were silly and didn't buy the single issues of Bitterroot: The Next Movement, now is the time to order your trade paperback of Bitterroot: The Next Movement from David F. Walker, Chuck Brown, Sanford Green, edited by Miss Shelley Bond at Image Comics October 15th. Uh, Craniacs #1 from Charlie Fish and Joe Shimko at Titan Comics will come out October 15th. Gunpowder Profits: Death in Texas. Justin Jordan, Patrick Piazzalunga from Mad Caves out October 1st. Heartbreak Hotel from Mikkel, Ariana Beltramini, and Agnes Innocente from Maverick on October 1st. High Strangeness #1 from Chris Condon and Daniel Noah and Dave Chisholm from Spectre Vision Oni on October 8th. And Joker Harley Malicious Intent #1 from Cami Garcia and Miko Soyan and Jason Bedauer at DC. And I forgot to put the date down on that, but I'm pretty certain it's October 8th, but it could be wrong. All of those are final order cutoff September 8th, so a week from Monday. Still crowdfunding right now until the middle of the week. My Neighbor Necromancer from Dylan Gilbertson, Jason Piperback, and Luca Romano is on Kickstarter through September 3rd. Unsounded Books 1 and 2 from Ashley Cope at Iron Circus is on Kickstarter until September 4th. And just went up is Funeral by
Oh,
Michelle Abinader and Fellhound on Kickstarter through September 22nd. Tyler, what'd you love this week? It was a good week.
Well, it was a great week. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring #2 from Patrick
Was
Horvath.
great and
Yeah,
didn't make my list.
yeah, that's too bad. It was super good. And
Oh, it was
then,
great.
but you've got
But I
other
only
great
have three
ones.
spots,
So
Tyler.
I
Yeah.
know.
I only got three spots, man.
I know. I didn't include the one you guys loved because I knew you guys would be chatting about it. Um, Minor Arcana #10 was great from Jeff Lemire uh, at Boom. And then Jeff the Landshark #3 from Kelly Thompson and Toki Tokoro from Marvel. All were awesome.
Yeah, I had to lead with Lazarus Fallen #3. It was a tough call between it and Knives. Knives
ooh,
was so good. So,
I
so
I
good.
still have to read Knives actually.
But I went with Lazarus Fallen #3 in part because
Hmm.
of uh like the I mean, I write to comic creators all the time, and I've occasionally had them ask if things can be printed, though I don't think anybody's ever printed anything. So I don't know if we can officially call it my first letter to an editor. But this did inspire the Mark or Greg Rucka's, you know, dating of what was going on in the world when he wrote the letters page, an acknowledgement of that would almost certainly be completely ancient history by the time it printed 6 weeks later. Um, was like heartening and whatnot in a kind of we're in this together resistance sort of way, and inspired my first letter in where it was really like a letter reaction to the comic, not a hey Tom, you knocked this one out of the park, or hey Kelly, I really like this, or the people that I write to regularly, you know, where I'm more just writing to them to say that I enjoyed some little thing. Yeah, yeah.
No,
So
that's cool because it was
that
really
was kind
good.
of
I
cool.
would have
It
included it, but I
was
knew that it was
right.
going to be talked about
Um,
anyway.
And in literally any other week, Mark Russell and Jock's Vanishing Point number four. This is a solo anthology series that Mark Russell has been doing, where each book is a one and done sci-fi kind of dystopia type thing. Um, at Mad Cave, with a different artist, and this one kind of took the Turing test and chewed
Turing
up
it
and
on its
spit
head.
it out and turned it on its head, and just was, yeah, it was outstanding.
Nice.
Which is
I'm
why so many other great books got left off the list, because like Absolute Martian Manhunter and Absolute Wonder Woman were amazing, as was Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring. Haven't even gotten to Green Arrow yet. Sorry, Chris. I'll get to it today. Kaya was fantastic. Um, Minor Arcana was fantastic. Yeah, yeah. It was a good week in
So
comics.
many good books.
Sleep was fantastic. We're
Yeah,
talking
I haven't
Everyone
read it.
Down with Us was
I,
fantastic. You'll Do
oh,
Bad
I've
I've got it
heard
in
Things
my.
was fantastic.
I've heard Sleep is really good, so I should
It's
check that
so
one out too.
good.
Hey
So
Phil, if you could
good.
look at my screen a
Yeah.
second, I've got it here. It's black and gray with like accents of
Ooh,
red. It's
I like
really
that a
cool.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is super. That is are all the issues like that?
Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Wow.
In fact, one of the letter page things is people having to guess what the red is, and Xander will redact the parts that get too close.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That does
It's
sound pretty
it's
dang cool.
Yeah, and it's only on
I
issue
haven't talked
four.
about
So
that enough, and I really need to reach out to Xander too, because it's been outstanding.
yeah, very cool.
Alrighty. And next, I changed up this list a few different times before settling on these. For the walk with Phil, I also very
Yeah,
much enjoyed. What's that?
I don't even know what this Walk of Phil
I
is,
know.
because you
Well,
like took two new comics and
yeah.
two old
So here's where it
I
ended
mean,
up.
I guess balls are random.
Yeah.
They're outside of the strike zone. They're
Oh,
unexpected.
there
There,
we
I
go.
convinced myself, don't say any more, you'll talk me
Okay,
out of
okay.
it. Go.
So yeah. So first up, again, I absolutely loved Lazarus Fallen number three this week. I did also strongly feel the need to complete our reread because I realized I had been forgetting a lot of the intricate details of this long running narrative. Um, the voice said kill number two was continues to be incredible, continues to push that Bayou fever dream into unexpected directions. I am excited for that ride. And then these two are accompanied by a shout out to my parents, John and Christy, who are awesome people. While visiting them, I grabbing the next books that we're going to read after Lazarus, going through my collection, I found a few other things. One of them was Pulp by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I gave that to my dad to
So
read.
good.
Yeah, he really enjoyed it. Said, "Oh, this is much more my size than
We,
the
we,
giant graphic novels I tried to push on him before."
we did a pulp blotter on pulp.
Oh, nice. There you go. But yeah, it was a really good one. That was for him. And then November by Matt Fraction, Elsa Chartier, Matt Hollingsworth, and Ankeny from Image. I picked that one for my mom. I'm not sure if she will get to it anytime soon. She's still wrapping up Bad Karma. But yeah, just a couple comic recommendations from my parents, who are awesome
November is
people.
so good.
November is so good.
We,
It's so
we
so
we
good.
talked extensively with Elsa about
Ooh,
November.
Hmm.
I should go back and listen to that episode when I do eventually reread it because yeah, I really loved it the first time it came
Yeah.
out. So yeah, I was originally going to do two miniseries by people in the two issues that I read, but yeah, but this struck me. So
It's awesome. I can't wait to. My parents won't read comics, even if I do recommend, like, hey, this is your thing.
mhm.
They won't do it. You know what I mean? They have this preconceived a notion that their age precludes them from enjoying
My
comics, right?
my dad was like that for a while, which is why I'm glad to be able to find more things that he'll enjoy, in formats he'll enjoy, like, something smaller like pulp. My mom actually, by just seeing comics I had around, she just, when moving into one of my apartments in college, she just picked up stray issues of Sweet Tooth, started reading it, and really loved it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And then I gave her Essex County to read, and she loved that too. So Jeff Lemire was her first favorite comics person. And then she eventually read Sex Criminals and a bunch of other stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, my parents don't want to be educated on anything. They
Oh.
under they understand that
They
they
know
don't.
everything.
No, they understand that they don't, but they're fine with that. They don't want to learn new things.
Oh, that's
Well,
so
I
sad
mean,
to
I
me.
guess that's better than the people who think that they know everything.
Yeah, my mom especially is just like, I can't be bothered with that. Nope.
Don't know what you're
Yeah,
missing out on.
I know, but recently she
I,
retired, so she recently got into bicycling,
Mm.
which is great. Uh, so she can have a hobby, but other than that, she doesn't like doing things.
Oh,
It's weird.
yeah,
yeah.
I don't
But
get people who talk
everybody's their
about
own.
having like information overload. I mean, it's a
Well,
thing, and I'm not saying
yeah.
that it's bad. It's just like it's so foreign to me to like
It's your
not
everyday.
want to learn more about everything all the time.
Hmm.
I have to pick and choose
I
what
mean,
I
I have
can
lots of
dive
friends
deep
that are,
into.
that they'll even tell me I'm certain it's great, but like I don't have the energy for this or that. And like on one level, I get it, I guess, but on another level, it's like, uh, but you said you didn't know about this stuff, and this will help you know about this stuff.
Yeah, I know. I am the same way, and you're just like, but you need this, and they're like, no, I don't. It's funny
Right.
though.
I'm like, like, you said that you don't know, and I'm helping you know. Why?
Well, I talked. My dad was in the grain elevator business for my whole life, and when he'd try and talk with me about that, I would glaze over and be like, uh-huh, uh-huh. And he's pointed it out to me. He goes, my interests are in grain and fertilizer and this and that, and you don't care. I'm like, true. That's true. Because I've said that same thing to him before. So,
Right.
oh well.
I
Speaking of
mean, but
fertilizer,
that's the crazy thing is like I would be interested in that. It's like give me a book. Tell me about it. Let me ask you questions
That's funny because I'm
because
like,
I don't know it.
oh, he would be glad to tell you. To this day, 40 years of living in and around my dad, I don't know what a hog belly means. So when
isn't that
people,
just bacon?
no, no, it's a,
No,
it's a,
it's a unit for
it's a unit.
sale.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yes, exactly. And
I
so,
don't know what it is either. So your homework this week, Tyler, is to find out for me.
okay, because I've heard my dad talk about X amount of hog bellies or whatever, and I'm like, what the heck is that?
I still think it's just bacon.
And it's
Ted is now
he's
doing
Googling it.
doing the research for us.
Okay, so well, we are finding
This is
bacon pop
all.
up.
And
But no, it is a term. I
Yeah, I
believe
know
it's
it
I
is.
believe it's a term for like Tad said, a unit of measurement.
hmm, let me see if I can help narrow down.
Okay, here we found it. Hog belly. A
Ah, from the
manual
National Ins.
instrument for
No, that's a
belly
pork belly
firmness.
firmness. No, that's
Is
Pork
it
bellies or hog
maybe
bellies? I don't know.
So
Maybe
maybe
I'm saying
one
it wrong.
word?
It might be pork belly.
And this is such bad comic book podcast. My dad would love this. He will be laughing his butt off right now. But he doesn't listen to this because it's comic book, so
He'll never know. He'll never know.
he won't. Oh no, they don't have a clue what I'm doing in real life.
All right. So what are pork bellies? Cut of pork comes
Pork
with a
bellies, yeah,
belly of
not hog
pork.
belly.
Pork bellies are
Yeah, I think
previously traded in the futures market as their important source of meat products, particularly bacon. Trading frozen pork belly futures began in 1961 on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and allowed meat packers to hedge the volatile pig market. Over the decades, pork bellies and pork belly trading gained a certain mystique in American imagination. So it is just, it's not a measurement, it's just the actual belly meat that gets turned into.
so. Maybe this. I was about to speculate wildly before thinking that. Yeah. I
It's
told you it was
funny.
bacon.
You were right.
Oh, each contract represents 40,000 pounds of meat.
Okay. 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 I will have
Meat
to
hog
I'll bring
futures.
my dad on next Sunday morning
There we go.
and he will
Talking
give
hog
us,
belly.
yeah, he'll
Yeah.
talk pork bellies for us. So we will get in a I'll have to he gets
I
up at
mean,
like
you
4
thought I was
a.m.
kidding. I like give me something that I need to learn more about, and
Funny. You know, I
there are very few. I mean, that's actually that like I kind of get it when people go, I would love to read that and learn more about that, but I'm learning all this other stuff.
yes.
When they
That's where
can't
I'm
do it
at.
because they like need to watch dumb TV or take walks or talk to their spouses or spend time with their kids. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't reading and learning come ahead of all of those things?
Can I ask you a logistical question about your reading habits?
Yeah.
Does Kelly ever feel that you don't spend enough time together?
Um,
Because
not as much anymore, but that's because she's realized that she also kind of enjoys parallel play. So like if
okay.
I'm reading in the room with her, we're good.
Okay.
And she's
That's
pretty
my
good at
problem.
saying things like, hey, we haven't gone out to breakfast in a while. Let's make certain we do that, or this, that, or the other thing. But I'm allowed to read at breakfast too.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know, because for me, I would feel guilty about reading when I've got a lot of other dad duties and husband duties and this and that. So I got to
Yeah.
get in a reading time when it's my downtime.
I mean, I know I'm weird.
No, you're not. You're just different.
No, I
That's
am. I'm
I
autistic.
this is
I'm
this is
autistic.
where this is where
This is actually where like I'm so happy that Kelly is understanding of like these things that I really can't control that
yeah.
well. And
Well,
part of it
I'm
is that I have tried at various times and like she notices that I'm not really being me. I'm
Mhm.
being like,
Oh, you're masking, I see.
a
yeah,
version that
Yeah.
you think she wants you to be.
right.
Yeah. But I just wanted to chime in saying that weirdness is wonderful. That's why we like you.
I didn't say it
I know,
wasn't
I know, but
wonderful.
but when
I'm
Tyler was
just,
pushing back, that's what most people,
yeah.
whenever because I say that too. I'm like, I'm just weird, and some people go, no, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, don't take this from me. I need it. This is who I am.
No,
All right. Well, I
I'm
will.
weird.
Okay. I agree.
That's right, Tyler. You're trapped in this
I
podcast with a couple
agree.
of weirdos.
Oh, as if I'm not one of you.
Nah, you're the normie.
Funny.
Get used to it.
Out of the group, I'm the normie. That's probably never happened to me before.
It's happened to me, and it's terrifying.
Mhm. It is because people look to you
Right.
for like, is this how we should be doing things?
Right.
And
If
we're
if
like,
if, if anyone looks to me and it's like you're in touch with the general populace, I'm like, please no, please don't put this on me. I don't need this burden.
I
yeah,
don't want to be in touch with the general populace.
Right.
I
There.
sometimes want to figure out how to craft messages for the general populace.
Hmm.
I want to learn how to talk with the general populace without having them think that I'm being dismissive of them.
Right.
Um, but also in a way where, they will. I mean, it's hard, particularly when one of your issues is like college, and
Hmm.
therefore you don't have the degrees, the pieces of paper to back it up. To like,
Hmm.
how do you not talk down to people and still be persuasive just based on your experience and your knowledge?
Well, and this is where there's been a long running streak of anti-intellectualism in America, to where I'd say that while, yeah, there is such a thing as people with expertise talking down to other people, it, a lot of people assume they're being talked down to by mentioning of things they don't already know about. And I've
Right.
encountered that a lot where I mention
What's
something.
his God? What's his name? Oh, Donald Trump.
Oof. Yeah,
Uh,
but like it's I'll mention something and then other people have
He
told me
knows
like
everything, Tyler. He's
oh
I
yeah.
very,
can't
very smart.
I don't know if you
I
guys
can't even
noticed, but
let
he.
this thickly laid sarcasm lie.
Melania told him so.
I don't think
I
she's
don't.
spoken to him
And and
entirely
and
through the
then
presidency.
and
I know. I
then
don't think so.
he
She's
handed
paid to
over
be
the
at public events, but
keys, and she'll be back any day now.
This is also where I'd remind people that Melania was introduced to Trump by a certain Jeffrey Epstein. Womp womp.
That's not 100% confirmed,
Oh,
but
really?
it
I'm
feels
sorry.
likely.
Yeah, I mean,
They did, as a couple, spend time with him and Gazelle.
eek. Um,
Ghislaine.
Gilling,
Yeah,
sorry.
this is I do,
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Anyway, One Piece. I'm in the lead again. Ha ha.
Holy cow, that's awesome. I just barely cracked the 580s.
I was very sad though,
Mhm.
because 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 Ace. Poor Ace. Have you
Yeah.
gotten into the flashback tales of them as kids? Or is that where you're
Um,
about to come?
I think that's about where I'm about to start. I can look quick. I got my thing pulled up.
Yeah, that's probably
Uh,
what you have coming up. Yeah, there's
yeah,
their kid stories are uh
heartwarming.
bittersweet. Bittersweet.
Cool. Okay. Cool. I
So
can't wait.
as we head into
uh,
the next
so
age,
so let me just say that you are 580 some chapters down, only a scant
500
500
some to
and
go.
yeah, 560 to go.
Okay.
You're over
Well,
halfway, guys.
we've been doing this for 15 months. So
At
it's
least.
yeah.
So
I think it was last May or June, you know.
so it'll be
Yeah.
another 15 months until you'll be caught up with One Piece, and then you
Our
can
goal,
choose.
our stated goal
Uh-huh.
from the beginning was we want to catch up before they finish.
Nice. It's possible. Could be done. This last arc is supposedly a long one. Doing
Most of
Yeah.
a
their arcs are.
Yep.
So like that's our goal is to manage to get to the finish line with them. And thank you, uh, Ochi, for doing a really long arc because otherwise we never ever would have made it.
Yeah.
But we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying. And I'm
But
loving the
it
ride. So
I am too.
so let's
I I ebb and flow. I have to be honest. Sometimes I'm like really into it, and then other times I'm like, geez, this is tedious. And then um yeah, because like we've talked about, like I feel it's quite repetitive. The
I
motifs,
think even the times when I think it's tedious, it's more like this big battle that we
yeah,
just got through.
yeah.
I realized that my real problem is I didn't feel like I could sit down and spend hours with it.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's my problem. I need more downtime to really absorb what I'm
Right,
reading.
because we're going breakneck speed.
Yeah.
And I wonder if I'll ever find time in my life to go back and do it like a volume at a time and like really sit with that volume for a few hours rather than trying to. But yeah, I still enjoy the experience.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some One Piece.
Now, we just talked about One
We
Piece.
just did.
Now we're talking
Uh
about Lazarus. And I'm going to
Lazarus.
start by talking about one of the first letters.
Uh-huh.
I loved it when the guy wrote in to try to gloat about all of the things where Rucka was wrong about where the country was headed, etc. And I'm sitting there. I mean, first, Rucka's takedown of his takedown was brilliant. He's like, okay, well, you were right on these counts, but only kind of, and like blah blah blah. But second, I love how reading it now, it's like, oh, so Rucka was really just that much more prescient. No, it didn't happen in the first 6 months of Trump one, but it
Mm,
did happen in the first 6 months of Trump two.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Which issue, which letter? I was under
I feel like
unfortunately
that was in the very first.
the very first one.
Yeah.
Lazarus, Risen #1. Yeah, these
Yeah.
these issues were jam-packed.
They were dense.
Yeah, no, it was Dear Greg, I've been waiting since Lazarus 26 to write this, and then waited longer as I'm not certain what this will
Mm,
accomplish other than having my say. My hope would be that the year and a half later, you truly are delighted to be called paranoid after seeing none of your predictions to come pass. Trump will have resigned, didn't happen. Impeachment proceedings will have begun, didn't happen. But this one might still come true with the Democrat Congress on the horizon. But you base this on the GOP will have realized their winner is now a gross liability. War with Iran and or China didn't happen, unless you want to clarify with trade war. Internment camps didn't happen. I guess you could make an argument that this is happening at the border. Sick, because it's spelled
mm.
Boarder with Mexico. And in Tijuana, a friend's parents live in Tijuana. She visited them this Thanksgiving. As she relayed her firsthand accounts, I marveled at how my liberal friends suddenly sounded like me, with comments on criminals and illegal immigrants. Isn't Tijuana actually in Mexico?
It
Yeah,
is, yeah.
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 Across from San Diego.
Multiple terrorist actions on American soil didn't happen, unless you want to count the numerous mass shootings.
Uh, oh, that was your ad-libbing, I see.
No, it did. No,
Oh, it's in there?
he writes that. He writes
Jesus,
that.
how can you be so like
I'll agree
unaware?
those are terrorist acts, but I imagine you meant foreign agents as the perpetrators, not mentally ill Americans.
Wow.
I
All right.
really enjoy Lazarus, but the more I read the back matter, the more I become concerned that my entertainment was at the cost of your sanity. I worried that
Wow.
by creating such a dystopian future, you could only see that possibility in the real world. Well, I'm not looking forward to a Democrat Congress. I hope that that gave you some optimism for the future. And there's a change in the White House. I hope that I'll give the other side a chance rather than falling down a rabbit hole of paranoia. Family above all.
Mm.
I
Greg
mean,
wrote, thanks for the letter and for the concerns about my mental well being. You exercise tremendous patience, and while you're perhaps being glib or less charitably and more likely insulting, and while you're correct about many of my precise predictions being off, I think you and I will differ on where I was correct and why I was wrong. So, point by point, nope, hasn't resigned, but I won't be surprised if once his tax returns are drawn, he finds himself between a rock and a hard place, as far as that goes. Trump's problem, and it's an enormous one for the country, is his ego. This is the man who loves saying you're fired and rejoices in calling people loser. You cannot see resignation as anything but losing. So, as his criminal past comes to light, and come on, man, if you're going to tell me there's no criminal past, and I'm not talking about Russia, then your only possible refutation is liberal media. And that's weak sauce. And he finds
36,
himself, yeah,
36 felonies.
yeah. And he finds himself in more and more danger of losing his wealth. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. On impeachment, well, you got me. That's what happens when the GOP is spineless and is led by men who care only about enriching their benefactors and themselves instead of serving the country. There are other reasons that could account for their inaction, but I won't go into them for the lack of space. We are at war with China, or perhaps you missed it. It's a trade war, and it doesn't seem to be impacting you yet, but the economy is connected. And if you've been looking at the data, not the spin, we're heading for a larger collapse than 2008. But you keep on whistling in the dark there, Sparky. Internment camps, you're wrong. That is precisely what they are. There are no legal grounds for imprisoning these people. They are literally being interned. Never mind that it turns out that the Trump administration is responsible for separating tens of thousands, literally tens of thousands of children from their families. And this, according to a report issued by the Inspector General on January 19th, 2019, it turns out the administration doesn't know where they are. So yeah, man, no points for this one. You're just wrong. Terrorist actions, here we go. No, I wasn't defining them as jihadist actions. I'm still not sold that a Reichstag moment isn't coming. But yeah, on this we can agree. There have been multiple terrorist actions in the last 2 years, and it's been one very specific kind of terrorism, and its emergence is a direct result of Trump because he flies their flag. White supremacists aren't simply active, they're emboldened. They've murdered Jews at prayer, Muslims at prayer, African Americans at prayer. Wonder what the theme there is. They ran down Heather Hoyer, and Trump was so brave and bold, he made sure to say both sides were at fault. And we're not talking about all the attacks that have been stopped before they could occur, which seem to hit the news on average once every month. Those are the ones we hear about. Yeah, those are terrorist actions on American soil, and they've risen sharply since he took office. Unless, of course, you're going to take the Fox News view that white supremacy doesn't count. Yet, they're as quick as Trump to label it as terrorism when, say, it's committed by a Frenchman on French soil. But not here. Give me a break. It amazes me how the conservative bias seeks to reaffirm itself. I won't finish at this point because at this point it's just like him 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 taking hard shots at the guy, which are fun, but
Hmm.
but aren't as much on point.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
I do love that it's like he's like, yeah, no, I mean, and we saw this at the beginning of Risen or not Risen,
Fallen.
Fall,
Fallen,
yeah.
is that like, hey, if you got a problem with this, please just don't read the book.
Yeah.
Just go away.
I mean,
No, I don't want your money.
I'll just say I love how outspoken Ruck is in the letter column because I feel like there's just so many examples of letter columns that are like, hey, good vibes only. We just want to pat ourselves on the back for making something that people like. And Greg is like, all right, gonna roll up my elbows. I'm gonna tell people how wrong they are.
Well,
And I'm
and
like,
I
hell yeah, I'm
think
here for it.
in a different issue, he talked about how it is important to them to be able to give the behind the scenes to answer pointed questions
Hmm.
to like flesh out the world via the letters column
Yeah.
and
And how art is not and entertainment are not merely disconnected from our world and they aren't
right.
just like these, places of fancy and whimsy to observe. No, they're results of the world that we live in, and they're impacted by and then impact upon that world as well. So like it's all connected, man. you know, um, all art is political in some way, shape, or form, even if it's attempting to claim itself as non-political.
So we should probably get into some of the stories since we have 11 minutes on Tyler's clock. So
Yeah, I just looked at the clock too.
let's spend like 4 or 5 minutes on the story and then hit next week's books really fast.
I mean, the biggest
What we
biggest
love
story
about
point that happened. Sorry, it's the meeting between Eight and Forever was
yep.
probably the
Yeah.
highlight of these issues for
I
me.
mean, okay, so at what point when you guys originally read through it, did
Hmm.
you realize that eight was a different character and we
So
weren't getting
I picked it up.
flashbacks?
I picked it up pretty early.
so that was,
Okay.
I mean, well, I see that was I didn't realize until the moment from a while ago when she met Sonia Bittner. So like that point, the intention of the reveal was when I
Yep.
realized it. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I meant. Like, but
Hmm.
prior to that, were those flashbacks? Like, that's where I'm
No,
confused.
No, no,
no,
it's
that
always been
was
eight.
yeah,
It's always been eight.
It's
Okay.
yes,
always been
So
eight.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, were some of them actually forever or were they actually
no,
all eight?
no.
I
They
mean,
were all eight.
Forever probably went through similar things.
Yeah, and that
Okay.
was even kind of the you know what allowed them to so subtly have that reveal in place was the idea that oh hey they can just you know that was when those flash what we thought were flashbacks that turned out to be oh hey no this is a replacement Lazarus were especially sly because the book hadn't had any year declarations yet. I think it was only after those first flashback or implied flashback scenes that we eventually see we start getting the X plus 64 and then plus
Right.
66 and now plus 68. So that's another thing that I really love about this book and this part is where this point of the larger ongoing story of how I feel like a lot of books happen in not a long span of time. And I know this is an old pick, but like Romeo and Juliet happens over a weekend. Um, and the fact that, hey, here's a book that, as of this point, has happened over 5 years. And I'm hoping by the end of it, we'll see a much longer stretch into the future. And the way the world shifts and grows and changes is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, what
Go
about
ahead.
the I mean there are two other things that struck me. The first was Beth blowing up at 8 and then
Hmm.
going off and getting drunk.
Yeah.
And like you discovering that it's because, you know, 6 times she's had to shut down the old Lazarus to turn on the new Lazarus. Um, and that she isn't cold and unfeeling. Um, but then we also get mom. I can't remember Joanna, not Joanna.
Uh, Abigail, I think.
Abigail makes her first appearance.
Yeah.
Mother Carlisle.
Yep.
Right.
That was long held back.
Yeah.
For that matter, I mean, we see some interesting strategy going on. We see the flipping of one of Vasilovka's chief lieutenants,
Hmm.
essentially because he knows that he'll die, and he knows that his daughter won't be welcomed as the new family head because she's not white enough.
Hmm.
Um,
Speaking of strategy, we also see the beginnings of the Lazarus role-playing game created here.
well,
Which
not the beginnings, because the
oh,
whole
continuations. Okay.
these are additions to the role playing game.
Oh, I
The
see.
the role playing game had been released. I mean, you're not reading carefully enough, dude. This
No,
is
I
this
see.
is these are additions, man.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's where
And
I skimmed the back matter,
NPCs and new
unfortunately.
rules.
NPCs and
I
new
don't
rules.
skip.
My
I don't
apologies.
skip the back.
No, I didn't say skip. I said skim.
Oh, okay.
And not I wasn't going yeah, I will
Yeah,
fully admit to that one. But that's gonna
yeah.
be that's gonna I'm gonna have to brush up on
No,
that at some point.
those are NPCs and new concepts, rules, scenario type stuff. So they're
Mhm.
add-ons to the game.
Indeed.
And I
Very
did share
cool.
the game with you, so like you can dive
Hmm.
deep into it now if you want.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's interesting to see Forever and Joanna, and I loved the prose stories dealing with the waste. Um, and like just how hard it is to live and keep any sort of moral compass, the types of decisions that they're faced with daily. Um, and then Rucka's prose Jonah story um, was really good. And I'm interested to see Jonah come back. And I don't know if he actually does until we get to Fallen
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
to
think
see.
we'd seen him until then.
Right. So, um, yeah, no, that this was the arc of Joanna taking really big risks that the family that her father certainly wouldn't have taken.
Hmm.
Um, that seem to be paying off, but we'll see. Um, yeah, yeah, great arc.
I love it.
So,
Yeah. I mean, um, isn't there
Did
like, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask, did you reread it for this, or are you going off of your initial binge from a few weeks ago when you caught up, Tyler?
I reread the first issue
Okay.
of Risen, just to get, oh yeah, yeah, that's what this is about, right?
Hmm.
This arc, because I was like, I did read it, but it was,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
month
yeah.
ago. Um,
Right, right.
right.
um, but yeah, it was one of my favorites because, like you said right away, that reveal to Forever and not only Forever but Eight also meeting Forever. They have so much to talk about, but yet there's got to be some animosity from Forever
Well,
towards
and
Eight
like
because she knows that she's her replacement,
but also like the heartbreaking eight realizing that she can't die.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that I think is
And
incredible about Forever as a character is that I don't think she has animosity towards Eight. I think she literally
no, I
sees
don't
her
think
as
she
another
does.
sister and wants
Right.
to, an
If
extension
anything,
of,
I think she
yeah.
sees her as her most true sister.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yep.
she doesn't want it to be an either or. And that's one of the reasons that they've
Hmm.
kept the existence unknown. Um, so we should do quick hits for next week.
Hmm.
Before I say anything, for those of you who haven't picked it up in bookstores already, the Cartoonist Club from Raina Telgemeier and Scott McCloud should finally be in your local comic shop. It's one of the ones that got stuck between distributors for a while. It was available at Target for months now, but now it will be in your local comic shop. Uh, but the three that I'm looking forward to in a good week but a lighter week are FML #6 from Kelly Sue DeConnick and David Lopez. I can't even begin to express how much I love this series.
Go listen
And
to that episode with Kelly
yeah,
Sue.
yeah. And that's how her husband fell to #2 because as much as I didn't want to get on the Batman by Fraction bandwagon when I heard him talk about it when he crashed the Powers word balloon issue episode with Brian and Michael, I went, oh, wait a minute, you're doing all one and dones. You're doing oh, this is like everything superhero comics should be. Now I have to fucking read it.
That's awesome.
Um, and then Everything Dead and Dying from Tate Bromball and Jacob Phillips at Image. Nice, nice zombie story.
I noticed there's a collection coming out for Ultimate Wolverine.
Ultimate
Um,
Wolverine.
yeah.
Also, Mask of Halia Volume 2 from our friends at Quinto Comics.
Hmm.
And finally, Love Everlasting Volume 3. That's
That's
another
cool.
one that got, I think, kicked around in distribution hell.
Yeah. Well, for next week, I am looking forward to the Hero Trade Project Chimera #2 from Matt Kent
So
and David
good.
Lapham. Yep. Bad Idea is putting that out. It's cool, guys. I don't know if you're interested in cryptozoology, but this is a fun book. But And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 11, Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira from IDW has continued to be awesome. And then jumping onto Tad's number 2, this is Batman number 1 from Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez from DC. I'm looking forward to that a lot.
And
Phil,
then
what's up?
officially, my all-new Giant Size Trade Waiter graphic novel pick is The Power Fantasy Volume 2 by Kieran Gillen, Casper Wingard, Clayton Cowles, Ryan Hughes, Image Comics. Coles, thank you. Clayton Coles. It's great. I've been reading it in single issues. Anyone who picks up this trade, I hope it persuades them to read it in single issues. This book is amazing. It's fantastic. It's incredible. I will probably also pick up the Closer one shot by Gillen, Steve Lieber, Tamara Bonvillain, and Clayton Coles. And then I think I'm going to try to, if my shop has an extra copy of FML number 6, I think I might jump on that in single issues too, because it was so good. I don't want to wait for the trade. It's that freaking awesome.
So good.
Yeah. Incredible.
So, you know,
It's 8:30 on the dot. Take us out, Tyler.
Well, hold on, Phil. In your defense, his name is spelled Cowles, Cowles. So I get it.
Thank you
it
for
too.
defending my mispronunciations.
I do it all the time. I even talked to Clayton, and I've done it to his face, so I get it.
Hey, we had him on solo because we mispronounced it when he was on with the Love Everlasting group, even though we knew better, and he hadn't corrected us, and we realized it afterwards. And went,
So we had him on, and we chatted and laughed about it, and it was fun.
He's been on a couple times now.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks for
Hi,
listening. Hi, Clayton. Thanks for listening, you guys. And as always, we will catch you guys after the next page. See ya.
Dead air.
I love it.
Dead.